this dog with a wig. I've seen this horror movie. So, did you like the zoo? Yes, sir, I loved the zoo. My wife found this trail cam pointed at the back door of the restaurant she manages. Bash it in. Lighthouse by the coast of Iceland. Man, okay. What's it like getting over there? Do they, drop you off from a helicopter, or do they make you free climb after a brutal swim? Oh God, how is that safe? In the basement of my Airbnb. What the actual hell? That better be like petrified chicken body and nothing else. This is Point Nemo, the spot farthest away from any land in the world. You're closer to astronauts aboard the ISS than humanity. Point Nemo. Wow, you mean there's just like a boat that sits out there all the time? Known locations of bodies on Mount Everest. That's awesome. Can people stop climbing Mount Everest, please? That would be super cool. All I see are posts like this about all the dead bodies, or photographs of all the trash people think that they get to just leave up there. Also, I'm pretty sure I saw a photo once of a line to take a selfie at the top. Can you imagine spending tens of thousands of dollars to get up there, and when you do, there's like 50 people waiting in a line to make a Twitter post? Looked outside and noticed footprints leading up to my window. Okay, time to get cameras. Ball lightning destroyed a house in... I don't want to risk it. Let's see, ball lightning. Holy crap. It's like a laser blast, man. I don't think I could live here. I don't think anybody should live there. What is this? It looks like that big tube that Luke fell down in Empire. World Cup mascot on a TV show in Brazil. Yeah, he's a great mascot. Nothing weird about him at all. This doormat from Ross Dress for Less. It's harvest season. No, it's not. Stop it right now. You know, I wonder what kind of harvests Mickey and Minnie are into. Probably something horrifying. 2,000-year-old green serpentine stone mask found at the base of Pyramid of the Sun in Mexico. Leave it alone. Leave it alone, please. I'm begging you. Quit digging up creepy old things and causing curses to run rampant. Caught her in the middle of a yawn. Honestly, those are the best cat photos, is when you catch them in a yawn. The accuracy of missing child age progression photos. Missing, progression, found. Okay. Missing, progression, found. Missing, progression, okay, alright. Well, that's pretty impressive, I gotta say. A mountain of American bison skulls after being hunted to the brink of extinction in the 1800s. Yeah, you wanna know why these guys hunted them to the brink of extinction? It was to kill the natives, because it was one of their natural food sources. Yeah. This photo is one of the scariest photos I've ever seen. Just the sheer amount of hatred for funsies in this photo. The snow in the Wizard of Oz movie was 100% pure asbestos. Yay. Look, don't look too much into the production of these old movies, you'll depress yourself. I believe they also forced Judy Garland to have a horrid diet. Body-sized shallow hole/grave behind my new house. What the hell? Well, look, at least the person who moved out prior was kind enough to take their bodies with them. Imagine going to explore your ski resort on holiday and running into this. Non-survivable extreme winter terrain down this drainage. Hike back up is only return to ski area. You will die if you do not return to ski area. I mean, I'm glad they're being honest. India's sacred blue cow, also introduced to Texas where it is now feral. Holy crap. Do an oil change, they said. Ignore the mess, they said. No. Literally no. I don't care that inside the engine compartment, it's not going to look like this. I don't care. That is a serious hazard. Get it out of here. A 4-year-old boy named Bobby Dunbar disappeared while on a trip with his family. 8 months later, they found him and reunited him with his family, and they lived out the rest of their lives together. Nearly 100 years later, DNA evidence proved that the boy they rescued was not Bobby Dunbar. Okay, this is getting a little too freaky for me. This terrifies the hell out of me. One big wave and bang, gone. I know exactly what that's not what I thought you were talking about. That is not at all what I thought you were talking about. This is real? Where is this? What? It's a dense city on the littlest island I've ever seen. How has it survived? No, I'm serious. How is something like this considered sustainable for the smart people that build these places? I don't understand. Robe and axe of Giovanni Battista Bugatti, who was the official executioner for the Papal States from 1796 to 1864. During his tenure, he executed 514 people. Yeah, it's a little horrifying. Person infected with worm parasites from eating raw pork. Oh my god, is there anything you can do at that point? That is insane. Every square inch of this person's body. Oh, house sitting my parents' home, and this is growing out of their compost bin. What the heck is it? Ooh, well, it's a fungus, we know that. It's always a fungus, man. There is something about that classification of life that is honestly impressive as hell. Don't get near it, just in case. You know what I mean? Look, I played The Last of Us enough to know you shouldn't mess around with mushrooms. Walking home 4 miles and abandoned railroad tracks. No other way to get home unless I want to walk through gang-run drug areas. That's the scary part. This is safer. Okay. This fox drowned in a frozen lake and was cut out and placed on display as a warning for people to keep off the ice. Huh. I mean, it's a hell of a warning. Today I learned that an ectopic pregnancy can implant in the liver and just turn into a baby inside your liver. Well, that sure is something I didn't expect to learn about today. Bodies are probably infected. That's my guess. Let's see. To discover a dead body, do not attempt to give medical assistance. Well, yeah, if it's a dead body, I would hope you don't try to, give it mouth-to-mouth or something. Someone tried making red rice in their rice cooker. Oh, no. Oh, no. Really? Red rice? Or did they shove someone's head in there? Disney technicians repairing an animatronic figure. I've seen this photo before. I'm a big Disney parks freak. And yeah, animatronics are always going to be freaky, so good on Scott for creating FNAF. That was a genius idea. Look, you know, there was this innate creepy fear whenever you visited Chuck E. Cheese or one of the other weird pizza places back in the... Was it Showbiz? Yeah, there was just something about those cheaper animatronics that were horrifying. So why not play on it, right? The late afternoon sun revealed this handprint on the exterior side of the glass. The print is not mine. This is why cameras are so important, man. This is why they're so important. My tooth has really long roots. Holy crap, yeah, I'll say really long. Woman's neighbor sprays Raid, peeks through the slits in the fence. Wait, what? My neighbor has been spraying Raid into my bedroom window. You can see her staring through the fence. Oh, wait, let's zoom in here real quick. Holy crap, that is one of the creepiest things ever. There's just something to me about someone peeping at you from somewhere that is just really horrifying. Selling Axie's crib and crib beddings. $100 for the bed, $50 for the bedding, includes the blanket, sheet, and skirt. The bedding has never been slept on. The last image of Andrew McCauley, an avid sea kayaker who remains missing at sea. In January of 2007, Andrew attempted to cross the Tasman Sea in a one-man kayak. The following month, his partially capsized kayak was found 56 kilometers short of his destination. You know, I think, oh my god, lost at sea? I don't think he's lost. I think he's gone. Simon's new look. This makes me feel so bad, man. There's nothing wrong with looking your age, by the way. Just putting that out there for people. If you're 63 years old, there's nothing wrong with looking 63 years old. It's okay. I'm always going to feel bad for people that feel that this is required. And I know that in certain businesses, people are going to try to force you to do it. You know, if you're in Hollywood or whatever, it just sucks to see, dude. It sucks. Especially because this is the kind of result multi-millionaires get. Just think about that. This is the result when you're rich. I've recently started playing shamisen? A traditional Japanese instrument. Oh, okay. I asked what the black dots on the skin are, thinking it was a measurement of some kind. Turns out they're nipples from the cat belly used to make the instrument. Awesome! We gotta stop asking questions. Chinese ghost city. Huge skyscraper areas that no one lives in. Are you serious? That's an actual, completely abandoned area? Dude, come on. Holy crap! How mountain climbers sleep. Oh yeah, I've seen that before. No thanks. This is a doll in someone's house. Ain't gonna be a doll in my house, I'll tell you that right now. A World War II bunker. Holy crap, dude! Whoo! Oh, I'm sorry, it's almost trypophobic in its own way. Holy crap, those hit hard. Perhaps the most terrifying space photograph to date. Astronaut Bruce McCandless II floats completely untethered, away from the safety of the space shuttle, with nothing but his manned maneuvering unit keeping him alive. The first person in history to do so. I've seen that photo. that is easily one of the scariest photos, just from like a human perspective, I guess. Knowing exactly what's going on, knowing what he's doing out there, and how one mistake means his body's gonna be orbiting the planet for a long, long time. It's just freaky, dude. Oh my god, the infinite expanse. Nurses standing with mentally ill patients wrapped in wet linens. Thought to be calming for them. Yeah. Dude, our understanding of medicine, especially anything relating to any sort of mental illness or mental issues, was insane just 50 or 60 years ago. Absolutely wild. The disgusting stuff we thought was accurate or would shut people up. Yep, no more aquariums for me. That's not just an aquarium, though. It was definitely a little worse. It's not like your average aquarium. That thing was more of a gimmick than an actual aquarium as far as I can see. Like, holy crap, those poor fish. Didn't hear anything about anybody else getting hurt, though. It's just all the fish died. Insane stretch marks. Oh, man. Well, I hope you're doing well, because I've seen plenty of insane stretch marks. It is crazy. November 24th marked the 13th anniversary of John Jones's death in Nutty Putty Cave. John Jones found himself in a situation no man could help in, and after being stuck upside down for 26 hours, he died of cardiac arrest while his wife and daughter stood hundreds of feet above. I do remember this story. Yeah, literally nothing could be done. I'm sorry, it's just, there's something about caving, man. No, absolutely not. You will never catch me going into any cave past, like, Cave of the Winds in Colorado, where you can, it's a walk-through tour, man, that's one thing. I will never do something like this. Holy crap, I can't even imagine. Mushrooms growing off of a stuffed bear. Fungi is the most incredible and horrifying thing that Earth has to offer. Seriously. This rotted 90s TMNT actor suit. Hey, I've seen this one before. The view from my grandmother's sunroom. Should y'all be there right now? Boris Johnson on a swing. Wow, we're still talking about this guy, huh? Tapeworm shot. Excuse me? Vodka and mayonnaise, Tabasco and black pepper. I'm speechless. Found my old teeth when visiting my parents. I'm 33. Your parents have an issue. That's really gross. Thing my wife found on our living room floor this morning. Holy actual God, what is happening? My housemate's toothbrush. You need to sit him down and talk to him. Or her. Doesn't matter. I mean, seriously, that seems to be a bit of an issue. That's pretty gross. They're probably doing themselves a disservice here. Extracted tooth with intact nerve root. Gee, that's awesome. Something got out. Okay, well... Don't worry, it's just a Looney Tunes character that made it out. Or a clicker.
Why did they make it look like a mouth? Yeah, well, it's a 28-piece bit set, as in you're gonna get bit by it, you know? Grandpa's dentures if he's a hardworking man. Body World Museum in Amsterdam. Oh, what? Oh, that's so sick. The entire Body World Museum is a fascinating place as well. It's just all like preserved human bodies. It's really, really, really neat. Weird to look at. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely like very scary to look at, but it's cool. It's really cool. Like all the figures, because they're preserved human remains, right? But they're all like in different poses and stuff, and seeing how your body reacts to different poses is so neat. It gives you an idea of how much work goes on the inside of a simple motion. Like when you turn your arm and the bone is moving, it's so cool to think that it's like a factory inside. You know what I mean? Message is clear, girlfriend. Going to Lowe's first thing in the morning. Yeah, you gotta patch that wall, dude. That's how the creatures get in. My mother's first doll. It was old when it was given to her. She named me after this creepy doll 68 years ago. Oh, that thing's alive. Is that a selfie? You're this doll. You wrote this post. I had a really crappy day today. Made myself a hot chocolate hoping I'd feel better. Oh, I mean, it wants you to feel better. Look at the smile. It's happy to see you. This was looking back at me when I finished. I can't decide if it's a good omen or a really bad one. It's a good omen. It's happy to see you. It said, thanks for having me. Hope you feel better. I got my mom a new mattress for her hospital bed. It came with a booklet of bed rail risks. Sorry, this is the first page. Oh my God. All right, be careful. Do not entrap yourself under the bed rail or between the rail and the mattress or under the bed rail at the ends of the bed, at the ends of the bed rail. All right, your head could get stuck in any of these ways. And if it's in a really silly way, we are gonna laugh. We want you to know. That is scary though. I can really see specifically the second one happening because the mattress is gonna be soft. So I could see someone trying to like sliding their head under there, especially if they're like a dumb kid, you know? So that's important. That is scary. Cave lion skull found in the Alaskan permafrost. Cave lion. Whoa! That's crazy look. That's a cool find though, man. Clean that off and have it on display. Or do you have to donate that? I don't know what the rules are. Missing persons page from an old high school yearbook in memory of the lost senior. Oh no. That's tough. That's not oddly terrifying. That's just straight up sad and regular terrifying. Like it's not nothing odd about this being scary. This is a regular amount of terrifying. This photo I took of my dog. Where are they? My balls. You better answer him, dude. Woke up this morning to these prints on my backyard deck. Came right up to my glass door. Oh no. Oh, yeah. It looks like these, oh, that is holy. Walked up one way and then left. That's freaky. That's some like Hush, something out of Hush, you know? No sound, just sight. Young Pioneers, Soviet Government Youth Project, 1937. Oh, is that what this photo comes from? What is the Young Pioneers? So Young Pioneers, I just had to look it up. I just pulled up the Wikipedia article. So was this like the Boy Scouts in Soviet Russia? No, it wasn't. It was compulsory, I just read. So they were required to be in this. And this was during Vladimir Lenin, during his time. Membership was theoretically optional. That doesn't seem like a true option. Theoretical options don't feel like... That doesn't feel like a true choice. Very interesting. That's an interesting history dive. This awkward airplane concept. Is this with the seats? Whoa, no, this looks like some shit that would crash on the Subnautica planet. Airplanes should not look like this. Just full stop. There's a pool on the plane. That's not gonna go well. Presidents on their way to a climate conference. Guys, we gotta do something about global warming. As I showed up on my Death Star. My cat puked this. What is that? Oh, those are spiders. Oh, poor thing ate a bunch of eggs. Ate them raw, didn't even scramble them. Cancer warning on rice? Huh? Let's get into cancer and reproductive harm. It's jasmine rice. Ah, it is because rice contains arsenic, something I did not know. According to, is this the 2016 FDA report on arsenic in rice advised that the risk of cancer increases with rice consumption. Holy shit. We can't have anything, dude. A Ganges river dolphin. They are essentially blind and extremely reliant on their echolocation. Oh, look at him. That's not terrifying. He's a cute guy. Look at him. Hey, man. What's going on? He looks like he's happy to be there. The remains of stinkhorn fungus. Smells like rotting meat. Probably why it's called stinkhorn. Found growing in a cemetery. What does it look like? Oh, it looks like it smells yucky, dude. This boy's eyes after doing the roundabout of death challenge. Holy what's the roundabout of death? Is that giant metal cage? What is that? Oh God! No, it's not a metal cage. It's on I don't know what these are called. I always called them little like merry-go-rounds. Oh God! I'm looking at like photos of what's going on, and it's just this kid in mid-spin. He's reaching Mach 10 speeds. This poor kid. Is there a video? Oh my God! Oh my God! This poor kid. They loaded him up in it. No! Okay, so they used a motorcycle to make it spin as fast. This kid is seeing God. Oh no, and they're laughing. That shit ain't funny. That's absurd. Maybe that's the comedy in it, is the absurdity. Is he all right? Did he live? He had severe brain damage. Oh God, poor kid. This thing at my friend's house I saw at Thanksgiving. That's just the boy. We don't know who he is. He's a ghost. A soldier's face after 4 years of war, 1941 to 1945. These two pictures are shown side by side in the Andrei Poznev Museum. The first picture looks at you, the second one looks through you. It does too. That is the intensity. You could see the aging in just those 4 years alone. He's a totally different person by the end of that. Oh man, poor guy. On the set of Godzilla 1954, do we get the suit? Aw, this ain't oddly terrifying. He's on a date. I gotta send this to Bree. She likes monsters. She'd get a kick out of this. I'm a dog groomer, and this is what I shaved off a dog the other day. You shaved the body off the dog. You left the hair. You shaved the wrong thing. Had a padlock fly into my windshield at 40 miles an hour today. Let's say, oh God. Yeah, that thing's busted. Night fishing in Hawaii in 1948. Dude, that is badass. That's not terrifying at all. Dude looks like an anglerfish. This guy looks baller as hell. What is it when you're deep in the woods and you hear people calling you? I'm in the Amazon in Brazil now, and the tour guide told me not to wander off the trail when people call me. And then I started watching a TikTok about Appalachia, USA, and they also said to ignore when you hear people calling your name. I also heard about a girl hearing someone calling their mother's name. What are these sounds? Are these people calling your name? Or animals making sounds and then your brain makes it sound like words? What is it? So before I read the answer, this is like eerily similar to something I experienced a lot as a kid, where I would be playing outside or I'd be doing something. And this happened honestly up until I was about 19, where I would just, it didn't matter what was going on or how far away my folks were. I would hear my mom like yell my name really loud, like Damien, like I was in trouble, but it sounded faint. And I would look behind me and obviously she's not there. So that's really, is this more common than I expected it to be? There is about a half mile of wetlands between me and my neighbors. The reeds grow thick and tall and is pretty impassable unless you're very determined. One night at dusk, I went into my yard to get my dogs and I heard a man yelling for help from the no man's land. Help! Help! Like that. My dogs were sitting facing the direction of the stranded, possibly injured person. Hackles up, but completely silent. I knew something was wrong, but also someone needs help. I was frozen for a minute, hair on end. Just as I grabbed my phone to call for help, this man started singing, yodeling. The source moving quickly from east to west. Coyotes. It was just coyotes. Can coyotes mimic human sound? What? So coyotes can scream. Oh, this is a no sleep. This is not real. No sleep. I mean, it is real on no sleep, but like otherwise it's not real. Huh. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's, maybe it's something else. Something that I can't say out loud at night. Maybe it's something we saw in folklore. Maybe it's a skinwalker. I don't know if it's skinwalker that you can't say at night. Maybe it's a different creature. Japan has an airport located literally in the ocean. It cost $20 billion to build, but it's sinking. Oh no. Yeah, no, if it's not built on any solid land, that thing's going down slowly. French people eating the ortolan bird delicacy. Ortolan? The song, sorry, I just like read it in my head, then it caught up to me. The small songbird is force-fed grains to fatten it up, then drowned in brandy. Once bitten, the bird, once prepared, sorry, my brain is skipping ahead. I can't believe what I'm reading. Once prepared, the bird is then eaten whole in one bite, except for the beak. Diners cover themselves with napkins to hide their sin from God. Is that real? Is that actually how they do that? Yeah. So the actual purpose of the towel is debated. There's some saying it's like, oh, it's to keep the smell of the bird, the aroma. You have to eat the whole bird at once, feet first. And then, yeah, others say that it's to shield from God's eyes the shame of eating this bird. Or, you know, you're eating a bird whole. Alternatively, it could be to spit out the bones because they don't take out the bones. It's bone in. However, fascinating tidbit I saw on Wikipedia, the towel on the head thing, like the napkin, that began by a priest, a friend of Jean-Alphime Berlat-Savarin. Probably mispronounced his name, but he was a lawyer and politician. This morning, I got an image from my sister. That's not our dog. She then asked if I was home. I thought it was pretty funny at first, until I realized that face looks eerily like me. Wait, there was a face? Let's go back. What the f? I was over 200 miles away when that picture was taken from inside my garage. Dude, the way it's peeking out. What the what? Huh? Holy sh! That house is haunted. My campsite came with a complimentary danger hole. You know, the danger hole. Confined space entry can be fatal. Danger hole. The fossilized skull of an, is that Esteminosuchus? Esteminosuchus. That's, let's see how this is pronounced. What a crazy looking creature, first of all. I just typed it in. That is an insane animal. I didn't even know this was real. So it's called an Esteminosuchid. Esteminosuchid. I'm just gonna leave all this in. Esteminosuchus is I guess the name. There we go. We got it. Esteminosuchus. We did it, everyone. We got it. We figured it out. We know how to pronounce words now. Let's look at the skull of an Esteminosuchus. Deformed due to natural shifts in the rock that occurred after fossilization. And although it's a close relative to mammals, this thing ain't a mammal. It's a nightmare. That's what it is. Look at it. It's a nightmare. It doesn't look real. Like, the more I look at it, this thing looks like someone made a creature in Spore and then rendered it in 4K. Like, that's what this I'm having a very hard time believing that this is a real animal that existed once upon a time in our life. You know, I just have a really hard time believing that. These things were like 10 feet, of course, and they were in Russia. Shout out to the Russian Esteminosuchids. There are skin impressions of this creature. All right, I'm done reading about it. It's very interesting. But God, what a weird looking animal. This envelope full of candy I found on my chair at work. I miss your smile. Wow, that's frightening. 1940s Pittsburgh under coal smoke. Holy cow. And I think smog today looks pretty bad. That looks even worse. I'm actually kind of shocked how bad that looks. Graffiti in Palalam Beach in South Goa, India. That is clever graffiti. That's harmless. I love that. I approve. Liminal space setup. Imagine recording YouTube videos there. That's what's up. I love that they got the whole gaming PC. Unused Venom design for Spider-Man 3. I feel like Venom is one of those characters that could be really frightening. Yeah, well, that's goofy looking. It is scary, but not in the way I was hoping. That's just silly. That's very silly. The door decoration outside of my mom's door makes it look like someone's standing outside at night. Oh God, what's it look like from the front? You got it. It's perfect head shape, dude. Baby cage is used to ensure that children get enough sunlight and fresh air when living in an apartment building in 1937. Aw, look at that. Yay, fresh air. Hang your baby outside for fresh air. This photo in my doctor's office. Oh, great. They look like they're straight out of Liminal Land. They're about to go on the laugh track, dude. My nephew found a horse mask in my brother's creepy attic. Well, yeah, when you shoot it in black and white, it's gonna be creepy. The chairs, too. What's the choice behind these chairs, dude? You're trying to summon some kind of spirit for sure. Why do vintage beauty devices often look like they were designed for torture? Found on Facebook Marketplace. What could this possibly have been for? Oh God, she's connected to the main frame. She's connected to the main frame! She knows all! My Barbie towel is faded over the years, and now it's just a regular towel that looks at you. These twins, are they conjoined? No, much worse. Much worse, they're uncanny.
Giant hands in the fog.
Damn it, Steven, I told you not to park too close to that sponge!
Where's my sponge?
Hallway.
That's it?
Yes, hallway.
A standard interior walkway!
Giant lobster heads, the size of a human head, people used for decoration. Decorating what? A weed infestation? Oh, this'll scare those plants. They won't come anywhere near our vegetable garden. Stumbled across this on a hike as you approach the barn facing the path. Zoom in.
No, I'm good.
Zoom in.
No, please.
Zoom in.
No, please stop pushing me. Stop pushing me.
AI-generated images of Teletubbies painted in the style of Norman Rockwell.
Please, no. I loved the Teletubbies growing up. Don't.
Actually, wait, that's actually pretty nice. That's pretty nice.
Okay, top right is horrifying, but the rest of it is pretty cute.
Ha, you suck, Oddly Terrifying. I'm not terrified at all. This garage door at my job. Well, I'm praying you work at a vet, otherwise this makes no sense at all. Kind of feel sorry for that guinea pig, though. So close to nibble on that plant, yet so far. Mark Zuckerberg's Facebook avatar. Yes, I've seen this, and apparently he updated and fixed it to make it look less, well, traumatizing. Either way, I'm good, Mark. I'm gonna head over to VR Chat, which is a much older game, yet still can do so much more than what you can do. This old decorative lion's head. Wow, and so anatomically accurate too. As we all know, lions only have 9 teeth.
You look fine.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, fester in the corruption of my empowerment.
I will, demon.
Slay them all.
I'll stop it.
This picture makes me itchy.
Ew, why would you share this on the internet? How dare you? This is worse than The Ring.
This man, a queen.
Oh, I thought it was an actual person. I was gonna feel so sorry for a second there, but it's okay. They're not real. We can make fun of them. You got no arms.
This baby Jesus oddly looks like Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh my God, it really does. Found your new Facebook avatar, mate.
Morgan Freeman hugging Martin Freeman.
Morgan, my man. What have they done to you? What have they done to you?
This kindergarten matching activity. A great example as to why sometimes the ignorance and stupidity of being a child is a somewhat more peaceful existence. A Moscow farm has decided to equip its cows with VR glasses in order to relax and feel happier. A calm environment leads to an increase in milk yield, so the cows are given a VR headset displaying summer fields.
This is literally the plot of The Matrix.
This Mickey Mouse kind of thing in the playground, just a U. You could have just put a U there and it could have worked. Probably not, actually. Those eyeballs are horrifying on their own. This dog ad in the store watches me all day.
Something about the fact you can't see its full face that just makes that smile look far too human.
What do you specialize in, doggo? Grooming! Found this specimen in a museum, and my God. It doesn't move, right? It just stays there, still? Okay, but what if you look away? Does it then move? The way flies keep drowning in water lilies' nectar. Quick, hide them so the other flies don't see and try to sip it up themselves, please. Help the water lily out. A hallway full of boarded up doors that lead nowhere. Well, nowhere if you're a muggle, at least. It lives in the walls now.
Yeah, no, that switch is done. You're not using that anymore.
Painting bought from a psychiatric patient.
Who painted this? One of the original creators of Among Us?
Loose python.
Oh, it's on next door too. Oh, that's...
Hi everyone, my pet bald pythons might have escaped my apartment.
Oh, yay. How comforting. I'm gonna kill him on sight. I'm sorry. Nope.
Eye in the plug hole. Every time you spit your toothpaste, I see it. I see everything. And I can't blink. The dentist poster with faded smiling teeth.
Hey there, pal. We'll be your paralysis demons for this evening.
Some decorations in the pub I visited earlier.
Is it a pub or is it a paradimensional bar? Because those guys are clearly on some sort of bachelorette party, but they are not from this world.
This image was used for advertising a free puppet show at the library. I'm glad the world is becoming more accustomed to the mutual understanding that clowns aren't nice to look at. They're scary, they're uncanny, they're horrifying most of the time. Please stop doing the faces like this. The only clown people really like is Pennywise because he's honest about how horrifying he is. A banquet for French soldiers who received grievous injuries during World War I.
Hey, yeah, sorry we permanently ruined your life. Here's a snack though. Here you go. All better.
Realtor friend recently showed a house built in 1837. This was in the attic. And if we come up here, you'll see the screaming horse. And that's all we need to see of that. Great alarm system for the attic. Why do I have to specifically request no man juice?
Trinity roll for table A7, but they're actually good people, so don't do the thing, chef.
Oh, okay. Saw this in the waiting room before I took a psychological exam for work.
Okay, there is no way that hasn't got to do with the exam.
Recall what the kind lady said to you in the waiting room. Next question, if you actually wrote something just then, here's some pills. This mannequin I saw in Catalina. Fashion's so good, it's haunting.
MRI face scan. Oh, I love these. If you're afraid of it, well, you're technically insulting your own insides. How dare you? Don't speak of them like that.
Your fleshy interior deserves love. Hallway at my elementary school.
No, not more interior walkways! Is that a comical cartoon character? No, such a vile thing to exist at a school!
camera in a furniture screw. How nice, a screw that's designed to watch you get screwed. Mr. X, an unidentified male who was found shot to death in Johnson County, Texas, back in 1972.
Wait, what is this? Is this an attempt to recreate his face or something? What? What?
I see it looks terrifying, but also looks like a stupid Photoshop. Wet sloth gives me nightmares. Yeah, honestly, thank God these things are considered super slow, because those claws, they do not look like they should be going fast anywhere. This chair in my office smiles at me all day. We get it, man. You like to be sit on. Just, maybe don't make it so obvious. Snake in a frog.
Yo, what? How? What?
I'm just trying to comprehend the photo and the opportunity to take such a shot.
This is fascinating more than terrifying.
World War I soldier baby.
Doll. You probably should specify doll here. I mean, that's kind of important.
Unless it's mummified. Oh God, is it mummified? My niece drew a picture that could see into my soul. Well, they say that kids see things that parents often don't. Who's Phoebe? Oh, she's the woman who lives in the mirrors. These glass staircases. The fact they look like they're coaxed in lava doesn't help me trust them. But also, why make things difficult? I just want to walk upwards. I don't want it to be an obstacle course. A woodpecker storing acorns in a tree for the winter. It sounds absolutely sweet, but then you get trypophobia and you just, nope, no thank you. Watching my favorite streamer. Cool. Can I go now? This window art for a children's hairstylist.
There you go, kid. I cut off all your hair and I put a comb on it. That's $50.
Dying sunflowers at a health center playground.
Why are they not happy? Why would you? What?
I want a mural that sparks joy, that brings happiness to children. Yes, dead, depressed sunflowers. Teletubbies swimming at night.
Bro, no. Why does it have to look so jacked? Come on.
Hey Canadians, do you love maple syrup? Well, you're gonna love maple syrup urine disease. Thanks, Dr. Muhammad, for bringing this to light for everyone. This is great. We wanted to know this is real. Human horns.
Nah, don't like this, man. That doesn't look comfortable at all. I'm sure they don't actually feel anything. It's just a weird, like a bone on them, but still, no.
Hand a carrot. It really ruins carrots for me, because I know that you have to bite really hard into them, and I love biting into carrots. So now I see this and I think hands, and now I realize maybe I'm a cannibal. Luscious limbs feast on edible ears and other delicious parts of the body.
Eat a lively lunch of limbs!
No cooking, no freezing, just mix with water, mold, and eat. This dinosaur birthday card whose googly eyes came off. Aw, it's coming down from his trip.
First aid manual of what to do when someone is choking. Oh, I've seen that before. Yeah, I'm just gonna reach my entire fist down there real quick. Was this before the Heimlich maneuver? Was this a little too old? When was the Heimlich maneuver discovered? I don't think it can be used in all instances, but I thought it was pretty universal by now. I need to re-up my education on that maneuver just to be safe. Sinking of Amoco Cadiz in Brittany, 1978? Looks like a giant whale surfacing. Wait, the what? Oh, what the hell? I had no idea. What is this? I'm sorry, I kinda wanna look more into this now. I don't remember this event happening at all, but that is a hell of a photo. How far away from the shore is that? Ad about work accidents on a Colombian magazine. Posted the 30th of May, 2001. You have got to be kidding me. There is no freaking way. Although, actually, I guess there would be a freaking way, because hadn't planes crashed into buildings before? Not frequently by any stretch of the imagination, but wasn't it something that did happen really every now and then? And I don't mean airliners that are carrying 150 passengers, I mean little tiny guys like this one. I don't know. Maybe I heard wrong because I'm dumb. Abandoned house's porch looks like a mouth with fangs. Yes, it does. Another house that actually has this really cool feature is the Monster House. I'm sorry, that movie's just awesome. I'll find any way I can to talk about it whenever it comes up. Abandoned diner. Okay. Oh, and it's a really cool diner too. Looks like one of my diners in fallout shelter. It feels like the classic diner, you know? And it sucks to see it like this. I'd eat here in a heartbeat probably every day. I'd be there every morning drinking coffee. Concept art for Bruce from Finding Nemo. Oh. Man, the only reason the concept art is significantly scarier is because of the significantly larger, darker eyes. Although I'm pretty sure that when Bruce smells blood, his eyes kind of look like that. It's the difference in proportions. His face is a lot longer, whereas in the movie it's a lot flatter looking. I don't know, he's got a plushy vibe to him in the final product, regardless of the teeth. Whereas that concept art is just actually trying to be scary. I'm not really seeing much cute in that art at all. My dog was pretty nervous about heading down this trail for some reason. Well, don't go down that trail. I'm sorry, it looks really cool, but I don't think you're going to make it past a certain point. I've got a sneaky suspicion that you'll end up in the Black Lodge, or worse, if you go that way. Always trust the animal's instincts in moments like this. Machine for simulating childbirth. An obstetrical mannequin invented by Angélique de Caudray during her travels in France, where she spent over 20 years, from 1760 to 1783, teaching poor rural midwives midwifery. Hi, what the hell? Oh man, this could be way creepier though. I was honestly expecting something different. No, I'm not going to describe to you what I was expecting, because I don't want to think about it anymore. But hey, this looks like it would have been an incredibly educational tool, so good on you, ma'am. Oh, it is still creepy, though. X-ray of a Chinese woman who underwent foot binding. Yeah, that seems like a really great practice. Totally healthy for the person involved. Have you ever noticed that stuff like this is always put on women? Found myself lost in a home improvement store. Most of the demo doors don't actually open. You're gonna die in there. Welcome to Doors. It's just doors. We only sell real fake doors. Dude suddenly wakes up. Game over. Oh, good God. Well, that's why they make sure not to let him wake up. You see, much like with us, he's being pumped with enough sleepy juice so that they can get through whatever they need to do. A Twitter account is counting down how much oxygen is left on the lost submarine. Okay, so we're well past the submarine being gone. And honestly, I did not like this Twitter account at all. I saw it, and all I could think was, wow, that's morbid and gross and altogether inappropriate, because it didn't really feel like it was trying to be educational in any way and be like, hey, by the way, this is how much time's left, we gotta get on it. It felt like it was trying to make a spectacle of a bunch of dudes that were dying, even though we later found out they were not dying a slow and agonizing suffocation death. It was a fraction of a second, and it happened so quick that everybody involved didn't even know that it happened, okay? Only like 1 or 2 people down there may have gotten their just desserts. Least of all, the kid who went to please his dad. So I don't know. This account just rubbed me the wrong way, all right? The packaging of these Barbies. They really didn't need to put tape around their mouths and legs. Look, just like getting the plastic wrap around them and taping it in the center, that's fine. But what was the purpose of it? At least the heads. Why did you do that? Creepy statues all over town made me nearly piss my pants at 2 a.m. Why are those all over your town? Where the hell do you live? And might I suggest moving? 6-year-old paperboy in 1910. Yeah, you wanna know why this is oddly terrifying? Because a lot of people are trying to bring stuff like this back. A 6-year-old should be a 6-year-old. They should not be out on the corner, even if it's for their family's store or newspaper route or whatever. They should be children. They shouldn't be out there working, whether it's the coal mines or up at whatever time this kid had to be up to be throwing newspapers at people. It's gross. Children should be children. We should all be allowed to retire. We should all be allowed to live our lives. And yeah, I'm sorry if that's controversial for you, but it's true. This water park getting built in Qatar. Yeah, that totally doesn't seem like a horrifying death trap that absolutely didn't need to be built at all. Then again, I don't live there. Maybe you all actually wanted a giant horrifying water park that will probably kill at least one person within its first year of being open, unless it already has been opened, in which case, by the way, I'm not rooting for anybody to die. Sometimes it may come across that way. I don't want anybody to get hurt, but look at this thing. What do you expect to happen? X-rays taken by the U.S.-Mexico Border Patrol. Ooh, man, that is actually that's just scary. It's scary, man. It's scary, and it doesn't make me happy in any way to see that people need to do this sort of thing, okay? Or that they feel the need to do this sort of thing. Just, whew, good God. Okay, how did this guy not make it through? To be as fair as possible, this one is not very, or rather, it's not as good as the other two. Especially the one with, what was it, like a giant gas tank of sorts? This one's not trying quite as hard. I mean, it's a piece of luggage. They're gonna open it, all right? Oh, now that one would have gotten me. But man, X-rays are cheating. Is that guy just checking his phone? I like to imagine he's getting this X-ray and he's just like checking Twitter like, "Aw, sick, I can't wait to make it through." A dummy that was invented in the 1930s to train dentists. It's called a dental phantom. Yeah, I've seen this one before. Honest to Christ. Oh my God. This would be a fantastic bit of inspiration for an enemy in a horror game, okay? Masahiro Ito, the artist or creature artist, character designer artist, whatever his actual title is because it's lost on me in the current moment, it would be awesome to see him create a creature using this as inspiration. Unfortunately, I don't think the man watches EmKay. I do not necessarily blame him. He's got more important things going on right now. But come on, don't you agree? The man that gave us Red Pyramid Thing could give us something utterly amazing with this monstrosity. A lighthouse perched up on a rock pillar in the Westman Islands, Iceland. I don't know if it's oddly terrifying, but I would never, ever, ever, ever feel safe. There's no chance. Also, how do they get supplies up there? I'm just a little bit curious. Does a helicopter have to drop it off? Because I don't see some elaborate little staircase that goes down to a dock, which how would that work? Look how high the water constantly hits this thing. The only thing I can imagine is flying out. Oh, maybe there's some weird zipline utility that I'm not seeing here, but still, I would just never feel safe. I wouldn't be terrified. I would just constantly be on edge. Brine pools at the bottom of the sea. Oh boy. Yes, we all do love images from the bottom of the sea. Those are great. Also, the lighting here is really weird. How's this happening? Because I don't imagine this would be anywhere close to the surface if it's at the bottom of the sea, right? I don't know. This is really cool lighting. It's very, very interesting. Found on the front porch at 4 a.m. Oh, let's see if we can get down to the business with these ramblings. I'm not very good with this type of chicken scratch because it's like half cursive, half not, it almost looks like. So, no, this is incomprehensible. I'm sorry. Normally I can read stuff that looks like this, but I don't think they were writing words. I see the word the. I think I see serve or, no, or so. I see so and tell. Yeah, that's about all I can really make out here. When you hide some private files for your eyes only and see this the next day. Wait, hold on a second. Bing knows where you put that file. Oh, what? Is Bing going to, I don't know, blackmail me? Because Bing better not do that, because I'll kick Bing's ass. I don't suffer fools that are only used for searching up naughty stuff. Cherenkov radiation, blue light inside of a nuclear reactor. Just give me a big old dose of that. I'm sure it'll do wonders for my skin, and in due time as well. You know, I'd love to go for a swim in the radioactive pool. This person's Randy room. You know, I knew exactly what Randy it was gonna be. I really did. I completely did. And I understand absolutely adoring the hell out of a character from a show, especially if you love the show. I love Randy, but he is a complete and utter psychopath. You have to remember that as well. So, being this obsessed with one of the meanest, nastiest, most psychotically not taken care of characters in the world, I don't know. Now, I can't put him on the same level as Cartman for incredibly obvious reasons, but this man's supposed to have, like, what, a PhD in fluvial geomorphology? He is a geologist, He works for the government, or at least the Colorado Geological Survey. Yes, I am a huge South Park fan. I think I've mentioned that before. I don't like the show enough to have anything even remotely this weird, dude. Active volcano oozing lava near the resort we're staring at. Ooh! Okay, well, how... you know what? Never mind. I was going to ask how near, but to be fair, volcanoes don't need to be near to destroy all kinds of things. Again, I wasn't alive when it happened, but my hometown did get absolutely douched with ash after Mount St. Helens exploded, and it was clear on the other side of the state, as far as I know. A restraining device used to immobilize infants during circumcision. Yeah, that's not something horrifying at all. Now, of course, going into this topic and really delving in there will probably have me either being sent very nice comments of I thank you for saying that, and a lot of other people being incredibly mad that I was dogging on something that for some people is tradition and completely normal. So instead of doing that, I'm just gonna say, I don't really like circumcision personally, okay? But anyway, that's just me. That's just me. If you do, okay, that's fine. Let's move on. Oh wait, before we do though, we do have to admit, this thing looks scary. I'm sorry. Even if you are on the side of supporting that sort of thing, you can't look at this and go, oh, it's just so many memories. You have to think it's creepy, right? What rip currents look like? Yeah, that's not horrifying at all. Get the hell away from the beach. No, I think they'll be okay. I'm on the sand when something like this is happening. Hell, you know what? I'm not going in the water at all. I've seen Jaws. I'm kidding. Please don't take movies like Jaws as some sort of reason to go out trying to kill animals or anything, because that's kind of what happened. The control room of a German SMUB-110 submarine from 1918. Oh, okay. I don't like this image for one big reason. Okay, have any of you guys ever played, The Lab? You know, Valve's VR thing they did when they released the Vive. I think it was released with the Vive, where you can test out a bunch of fun games. Something sort of broke in my brain when Valve's logo popped up. But it wasn't just the head kind of turning around or, whatever it was. It played their unique little stinger. The music, whatever it is, I still don't know who made that, but it was just a room full of valves, and it looked like this. I hate this image. I don't like it. It's a very overwhelmingly scary thing, and you know what? I hope the guy that made Iron Lung, and I hope Markiplier saw this image at some point and are taking some kind of inspiration for their little movie, because I'm excited. Deserted house. Well, yeah, deserted houses are always gonna be creepy. I mean, that's kind of cheating though, right? This is a teddy bear made out of human placenta. The placenta is cut in half and rubbed with sea salt in order to cure it. After it's dried out, it's treated with an emulsifying mixture of tannin and egg yolk to make it soft and pliable. Then, it's crafted into a teddy bear. Isn't that so nice? Does anybody else want to hold the placenta bear? Anybody at all? Why did you put it in a jar? Why is it in a jar? Get it out of there! I don't want it in there. It's so much worse knowing how it's made, knowing what it's made out of. And you put it in a jar! Oh! The mummified head of St. Catherine of Siena, 1347 to 1380, on display at the Basilica of San Domenico in Siena, Italy. I hope I said those words correctly. And honestly, she's looking pretty good for, really, really old. Sorry, I actually can't do that type of math off of my head. People sat on the what clock tower? The something bait clock tower in Mecca. Again, words that I'm not going to mispronounce and make anybody sad or offended or think I'm dumb. You know what I'm saying? Also, holy how big is this clock tower? Seeing these guys, they look like Lego minifigs. And this clock tower, it's gotta be the size of a continent they're sitting on here. Holy crap. It is huge. Unattended toddler crawled inside an X-ray machine scanner. What the hell? Who wasn't attending to the toddler? Bathroom over an abandoned 15-story lift shaft. Why? Why? But why though? Neighbor lost his shed in the Tantalin wildfire? This Halloween mask was all that was left. It would be. It would be, wouldn't it? A nursing home flooding. Yay! Fun! This isn't oddly terrifying. This is incredibly distressing to look at. And look at that woman right there. What is she doing? She's sitting in a recliner. I'm not sure what she's fiddling with, but it kind of looks like she's just said, "F it, I'm gonna knit. What else is there for me to do? Knitting time." There's something about flooding in particular that just messes me up. It makes me more uncomfortable than most things. This house could be burning down around them and I wouldn't be quite as just icked as all the water in there. Water is so unique at destroying things and harming people and just being everywhere. It permeates all. Is anybody coming to get them, by the way? And the cat? Look at the cat! Help! My eyes started doing this really cool looking thing, really cool looking different sizes thing. Turns out it's a tumor. Oh, that's more subtle than I was expecting. I mean, it's not subtle, but it's the type of thing that you'd really have to be looking into someone's eyes to notice, and that's the type of thing I might blink and miss in the morning brushing my teeth. So it's good to know that if something like this ever occurs, go get it looked at, like immediately, because tumors aren't things to be trifled with, of course. Oh man, oh my good God. I hope that there's good news at the end of this. There's nothing at the end of this? Oh man, you know what? I'll have to assume that they got it out perfectly and that dude kicked that tumor's ass. Skeletal cancer aftermath. Isn't there a specific term for this type of cancer? I'm not 100% sure. I know that a lot of cancers will have their own names, regardless of how rare they are, but there's something about this one that feels like it needs just the worst name of all time, because it deserves it. What the hell is this? For real. Because it looks like he exploded. But I know that's not what happened. I know this slowly happened to him. And that is the most scary thing that we have seen on this subreddit to date. A tunnel dug by the giant ground sloth in Brazil from around 10,000 years ago. The giant? What? Do you mean that sloth from the city of Ember? You know that big one I'm talking about, right? You know exactly what I'm talking about. Come on, you're a nerd. You too. You read it. You read that book. There's no other billboards for miles. Smile. It'll be the last thing you ever do. Honestly, that's nice though. I like that. I know what you mean by it being oddly terrifying, especially because there aren't billboards around for miles, but you've got this nice landscape, albeit flat and a little more boring, but it's still quite pretty and nice, and the only billboard is not someone trying to sell you some shit, just a smile. I like that. This one's not really terrifying me. This is something I drive past and go, this road trip just got a little bit better. Can't wait to get the f*** out of Nebraska, though. Largest black hole versus our solar system. Imagine one night you go out and be like, where are all the stars today? Ah, yes. Check that shit out, huh? I have zoomed in as much as I can, and there's like maybe 10 pixels that make up our solar system in comparison to this. But hey, look, if we ever at some point get zoinked into this, it's not really gonna matter because, I mean, come on, we're eaten up by the cosmic greatness that is the universe that created us in the first place. I can't think of anything more poetic than that, all right? Look, give it like 400 quintillion years when the universe re-explodes into life. We'll get to have this discussion again, but for now, big black hole, it's coming for us, okay? And you need to be ready. It's only gonna be here in about, hold on, let me check. 9 trillion years. Miss Piggy of The Muppet Show makes a special appearance in a children's hospital. That is not Miss Piggy from the Muppet Show, okay? I don't know what the hell that is, but no. Can someone put up a photograph of Miss Piggy from the 1970s really quick for me? I just looked it up, and she does look a little creepier. She's got those really high-set eyes that are ripe and ready for analog horror. However, she doesn't look like this. What the hell is this? Was this just the hospital's idea? You know, like go out and just get a pig mask. We'll call it Miss Piggy, okay? This dead spider I found in my basement cellar? I'm pretty sure it's dead. It is covered in what looks to be a fungus, though. I wouldn't I wouldn't take that lightly. Do you happen to have a little jet lighter? Falkor, the dragon from the Neverending Story, was found in a storage unit 39 years after the film released. Okay, now, before I move on, I have seen this image, and honestly, while it is terrifying, I'm kind of impressed that he's not destroyed, at least his head. It does look like there's been some shoddy restoration work here and there, and if I was walking past this open door, I would absolutely scream. But once I realized it was Falkor and he's a friend, because he is, I mean, just look at the big guy. He is still scary. He always looked a little weird. But then again, giant practical puppetry is going to do that to you. There's something about it. At least he's not Hoggle from the Labyrinth. You saw what happened to my boy Hoggle? You know what? If you're a bit squeamish, look it up anyway. It's great. The first photos have been released of the remains of the Titanic sub being taken ashore. I did see these as well. And honestly, I just... We shouldn't really be discussing all this. I think I already mentioned it in some videos prior. Regardless of how you feel about the other guys on that sub, especially the CEO that caused all of this with his arrogance and hubris, that 19-year-old did not need to be there, and he didn't deserve any of that whatsoever. And the only solace I can really take in this event is that, again, it happened so fast, they didn't know it happened. And they will never have to know that it happened. Kola Super Deep Borehole is under the cap, 40,000 feet deep. Okay, I've wondered about this because I feel like I've thought about this a few times in my life. I think some vague memories are coming back to me. At 40,000 feet deep, is that hole, is it possible that it is indeed a continuous hole still that deep? And the reason I ask that is because of things like continental drift and earthquakes, because 40,000 feet deep is amazing. Like, that's crazy. Like, holy, that's taller than Everest down. Wow, that's pretty wild, right? But is it still? You may think I'm stupid. I'm sure there's some people rolling their eyes and going, of course not, you idiot, or duh, but no, I'm being kind of genuine here. I've always wondered, does it still go straight down 40,000 feet? Is that possible? Subtropical swamp in Louisiana, USA. Oh man, I would never want to visit here, but I've had this strange obsession with how the bayou looks. It feels like such a unique, not really found anywhere else on Earth, even though that's probably not factually correct, not found anywhere else on Earth environment. Again, I wouldn't go there because I like to not be eaten alive by bugs of many kinds and alligators and all that fun stuff. But, I mean, look at it. It's got a really crazy beauty to it, doesn't it? Anyway, let's move on, shall we? On the sidewalk in New York City, abandoned walker, keys, and what looks to be a switchblade. What happened here? Honestly, something that is probably just not something we should be thinking about. So let's move on. Vintage forbidden candy identification chart? Forbidden candy. Oh, because for some strange reason, a lot of medicine and candy looked identical. I think a lot of candy and medicine might still look pretty similar, but they've gotten pretty good about very perfectly describing the medicine that comes in your bottles and making sure that it stays in said bottles and all of that stuff, so your kids don't pop them open and go, whatever the hell's in there. I don't know what you take, but yeah, that's just... Damn, so many of these are just straight up, someone is copying the other. Who's copying who? Are the candy companies making their candy look like medicine, or are the stupid pharmaceutical companies making the medicine look like candy? Either way, it's really shitty. I'm sorry, there's no need for them to look like each other. A fraction of my aunt's antique doll collection. There are hundreds. Guess who inherits them? Well, if you do, you'll be able to find a psycho out there who's going to pay a lot of money for all of these creepy little creatures. Unless you really like them too, you can keep them. I mean, if they're coming to you. This person's house, okay? Whoa! That is an overly stimulating home I'm looking at. Man, I could stare at this all day and still not see everything that's in this picture. Difference between the interiors of the AO exploration submersible, as shown in National Geographic's Back to Titanic documentary, versus OceanGate's Titan. We have got to get off this subject at some point soon. And yeah, Look at that. It's very, 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 very different, is it not? Again, I think we've talked about it into the ground, but just know that the Ocean Gate submersible was made out of seemingly expired products, mainly carbon fiber, which you shouldn't really take that far down into the ocean. Meanwhile, look at that guy. Look at that guy. I don't know. I want to wash my hands of this from now on. If I do see another Ocean Gate post, I'm just going to move past it because what's been said has been said. There's not really much more we can truly talk about in regards to it. Underwater tunnel connecting Denmark and Sweden. Huh, that's kind of insane. As a kid, people used to tell me about like big underwater tunnels and stuff like that, and I would never believe them because I thought, what? How's that possible? And I'm looking at it right now, and all I can think is, what? How's that possible? Because I feel like I've seen the process a little bit for how you would construct something like this, but I can't even make a tunnel underwater in Minecraft, let alone comprehend how some of the smartest people on the planet do something like this. It's wild. Y'all are frickin' wild. Cactus Dome, Marshall Islands. I don't like that name. Wait, what is this? Wait, Cactus Dome? Hold on. Are we sure that's a cactus dome and not an extraterrestrial saucer? You know, like the one used in Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. One of my favorites. I'm kidding, it's not one of my favorites, I just enjoy it. Anyway, look, what am I looking at? I feel like I need a more up-to-date photograph for this because I am not, for any stretch of the imagination, going to believe that this is anything but an alien flying saucer. You know, red men from Mars? No, not red men from Mars. It's green men from Mars. Like that type of crap. Like retro futurism sci-fi. That's what I'm getting here. The brain of a common bottlenose dolphin, middle, a human brain, right, and a wild boar brain on the left. Okay. Good God. Don't they say the more wrinkles, the smarter? Well, because damn, okay. The dolphins really are flexing out here, all right? It's not much bigger than ours, but yeah, look at all those wrinkles, okay? If these creatures were conscious in a similar way to ourselves, or just like we are, like woke up, I'm a dolphin, like waking up from a dream, I think, regardless of them being waterbound, we would be killed very quickly, okay? They would figure out a way to get at us very soon. I mean, look at what's happening with the orcas. They're training each other to go after the rudders of frickin' fishing boats, and honestly, I kind of wish they were just targeting yachts and giant rich people sailing boats and the mega yachts as well, because I think that they could band together and go after a certain billionaire's mega yacht just to fuck with it, you know? Not to destroy it or harm anybody, but just to make it inconvenient, right? Wouldn't that be nice?
Daughter drew our family. There's only 4 people in our household.
We've got Daddy and Mommy and Sister and me and...
Yes, mate.
Say hi!
Yes, mate. Please help me. This child summoned me and won't let me escape.
Oopsie, looks like
Yes, mate.
broke one of our rules. Now he has to be re-educated. Ooh.
No.
I accidentally used a Snapchat filter on this drawing. I feel like it's staring into my soul. Well, thank God it's got its eyes closed then. The claws on a harbor seal flipper, which they use for self-defense against sharks. Damn, dude, what's with animals that we always think are just cute and cuddly actually end up being rather viciously terrifying? I remember being a sprightly young boy and hippopotamuses still were considered just, you know, chunky, funky fellas. But no, nowadays it's more widely known that they're literally one of the most horrific creatures in the world. Seriously, they're like the bumblebee. Where is the physics that enables such a creature to swim through the water so fast? If a one-eyed, one-horned flying purple people eater was real, according to DALL-E 2, well, in a way, I can see it being legitimate. I mean, a people eater doesn't necessarily need to eat you while you're alive. It can also eat you in little chunks at a time. Isn't that a nice thing to think about? Being slowly murdered through tiny chunks. Yum yum. Unexplained sea floor footprints. Images show mysterious, perfectly aligned holes beneath the Atlantic Ocean, and nobody knows what made them. Listen, when she says her parents aren't home, you make your way over no matter the circumstances.
Oh, you're drowning?
Walk it off! You need to get laid! An abandoned piano in the forest. Oh, that's not oddly terrifying. That's oddly perfect and wholesome and pretty and welcoming. Though I'm also part of the generation that finds someone knocking on your door to be a hostile threat and not so much an actual welcomed stranger. So, yeah, I'm not surprised we'd see this as a threat too. A musical instrument I'd be keen to play? I could play it. There's no one else around to mock me for doing a bad job because all I know is the chopstick song. Ah, but that's just what they want me to think. I know this game. I've seen this bait in a public mall before. I'm not falling for it. Concerning garden ornament made with chicken wire and cement. Well, I mean, that's clearly sealed away some sort of demon. This lion was given frozen blood during the heat wave in Melbourne, Australia. This lion is definitely experiencing what has got to be the most metal experience ever in terms of dessert treats. No, thank you. No, I don't want to buy any Girl Guide cookies. No, thank you. My prized bold-faced hornet's nest with Barbary hair. Why are you holding that with just your hand? Why? Ooh, no, why? Put it away. No, there's only one reason they'd have their hands so close to it. It must be because they're all dead, in which case I am happy, but still, there's always one. There always is still one. This does something for me I don't know how to explain. Okay, in what way? Because, I mean, this is meant to be oddly terrifying, but this sort of behavior... Look, there are some people who enjoy a certain type of showering, and, well, definitely changed my perspective of enjoying tomato sauce all over my meat. This horsefly spotted outside my home this morning. Now, this is a great example where some creatures over time can develop new traits, such as ability to breathe underwater a lot more longer as a way of survivability. No doubt, this horsefly is slowly evolving itself to be a bit larger as a way to overcome its predators, maybe, survive a bit longer out in the wilds. Point is, let's not allow that. Let's put our foot down, okay? Let's play a bit of, evolution cop and just kill it. Just kill it. Don't let it spread. Don't let it think this is okay. It's not. Inside a U-boat in World War I. Quick, turn that wheel. What, this one? No, that one. Wait, this one? No, that one. What, this one? No, that one. Oh, okay, I'm turning that one. Did it work? Wait, it was the other one. What, this one? No, that one. Oh, this one. No, that one. Getting stared at by my smiling, dribbling electric iron. Its only desire is to burn.
Don't look at me! So menacing!
Kangaroo's instincts when being faced with serious assault is to jump into water and hold the head of the attacking animal underwater.
Hey, come swim!
I'm good, man.
Come on! It's a hot day! Come on! Look, I'm drowning! Help! I'm drowning!
We should help him.
Rufus, you stay right there, mate.
I'm a national icon and I'm... Oh, screw this. I'll come to you, mate. No. Run, Rufus!
A fly that kills bees and wasps. That's a fly? That's not a fly. That's a spider bee hybrid. That's a spider bee. Spider bee. Is this the year I finally used chicken wire to make yard ghosts? Yes, it is. The way my soul would leave my body if I even caught a glimpse of these. Man, put these on some sort of dolly and you're good to go. My cat's eyes in this lighting. Ooh, who spooked more? You or the kitty? Though this does low-key look like someone's attempt at drawing a cat and just being terrible at drawing eyes. Just a big circle and a big circly dot in the middle. Yep, that does it. That last line is creepy as hell. First-time mother gives birth to 13-pound baby girl. The second biggest in the UK, after her bump was so big, doctors thought she was having twins, and her skin stretched so much it bled. Oh, that is a visual that I did not want to know existed. But the beauty of childbirth, the miracle of parenting, it's a wonderful, beautiful gift to have. Started a new phone game today. I guess you don't get eyes if you're not a main character. The creator of this game is no doubt the same person who cannot draw eyes on cats. Buffer effigy. Oh, butter. Yep, wow. I read words. I do that. Sometimes well, most times wrong. Now onto the more important question. Why is that there at a grocery store? That is the last place I'm sure anyone would appreciate such a thing. Found this on Apple Maps. Oh lordy, why? Why is this? Is that even real? It looks like some terrible augmented reality. Those purple monster minions are actually kind of horrifying if you think about it. This is is the mascot for the Halifax Oyster Festival, and I'm absolutely terrified of it. So many choices into how this could have been designed. You could have made the eyeballs see-through so you could just see through the eyeballs, but no, instead, we have to put a face there. Because, hey, why not make this horrific thing look like it's a monstrous... An alien from The Thing is what I'm saying. Don't smile, it makes this creepier. Oh, I just noticed that the nose is actually a face. That's honestly really cool. This is actually cool. I don't see what's terrifying about this. This is awesome. Medieval beekeepers. Yes, a well-known fact that beekeepers' hands were in fact immune to stings in the medieval days. Unfortunately, they also couldn't see where they were going, so the bees didn't actually see them as a threat, more so as some hilarious entertainment. A cicada molting. Oh, wow. And to think people would go on an OnlyFans or a club to see this kind of thing.
There's a lot to take in here. I don't think I have the time to really... Oh, God, what is that stomach?
Damn muscular pecs, though. What is your routine? What's your bench, like 250? Last night, I had the worst nightmare of my life. Ooh, it's a recent story, too. In the nightmare, I was at my house alone. That's odd because I live with my parents, I'm 15, and everything was black with twisted white lines to shape objects and things. I walked through my house and found out there was like 100,000 bedrooms side by side, like copies of the same room. In every single room, there was a person standing in the corner of the room staring at me, doing nothing. The humanoid creatures that were looking at me had white, soulless eyes and were saying things that I don't remember at all. I think it was some spirit schmidt, I don't know. Anyway, I went downstairs and my living room was the least weird room of my house. Nothing seemed wrong, except for the white and black colors, of course. I opened my living room door and I walked through my backyard. There was a creature with the same soulless white eyes, but it had a smiling mouth, it had a hat, it seemed to not have legs, and he was waving at me, looking directly into my eyes. I don't remember what happened next. I remembered the dream and made a schmitty drawing just to remember it later. I just saw the drawing now, and I'm actually even more terrified than before. The whole thing was worse. I think I may be disturbed. I can't stop thinking about it. I think this may have some Pathologic 2 influences since I started watching a 2-hour video review of the game. That must be the main reason my brain created this creepy shape. Anyway, I just decided to post this here. I don't know if this fits here since I don't have any real image for obvious reasons, but here is the drawing I made earlier. So essentially, hey guys, I had a really disturbing experience. I want you guys to all experience it too. Yeah, you're welcome. Not edited from the Oregon fires. Most would be terrified of such a spectacle, this fire and flame and smoke enveloping the sky above in a hellish glaze. The red you cannot escape from. All around you, you are reminded of what awaits your fate should you mistakenly sleep in such ignorance to what is coming. And meanwhile, I'm here as an Australian dude just being completely blown away by how awesome of an interior this delivery van looks. Like, wow, I have a car and it's pathetic compared to a delivery van. Wow, okay. The world might be ending over there, but so's my self-worth, and I think that's more important. Cybernetic otter. Oh, dude, which one of those eyeballs is a natural eyeball? That is, wow. Thing looks more like a zombie than anything. And I gotta have mixed feelings about that hand. What is that paw exactly? What can it do? Is that a gun? Make the vegetable come alive. Children's book from the 80s with tips for making different themed birthday parties. What? Make them smile! Make them smile! Why aren't they smiling? It's worse. There is a lot to unpack here. For one thing, bringing the vegetables alive? Okay, that's cool. Then why are you hanging them around like as if they're piles of meat and literally eating them for the theme of the party? It's Yay, we have gifted them sentience. Now let us devour them. And could you at least guide the kids in, making the vegetables happy? The masks, make them happy, please. The carrots. Dude's just in a PTSD state of traumatic shock seeing his brother dead laid out on the table. This dehydrated persimmon looking like a mouth. Yeah, it's not so much this thing that's oddly terrifying, but what humans will be thinking about when they see it. Sorry, correction, what Reddit will be thinking when they see it.
Oh no, what do you mean? It's just some nice, fruity, juicy, puckered lip.
Yes, this will help my child learn about proper dental care, not terrify them. Why even give them that eyebrow eyelid part anyway? If they're gonna have a constant gaping mouth, at least make them look excited, not frowning like they're just waiting to devour you. This old coin purse full of teeth I just found in my basement. Oh lord, are some of them, are any of them baby teeth? I feel more comfortable if they were baby teeth, at least I'd understand that, but then some of them look like human adult teeth, and that's where it becomes a bit of a concern. Attempt at a Disney ride-on toy for kids.
No!
No. The designers knew what they were doing here. Come on.
Look, Mommy, I'm like a cowgirl. Yeehaw!
Okay, get off the ride, sweetie. The Snow King chairlift. No arm bars or seatbelts. If lucky, you had a buddy. That's so fascinating. They've clearly accepted their fatality rate so much that they just got a tally going. 936.
Let's get to 1,000 by December, people. Like and subscribe.
Shy guy without his mask. Yes, of course he has to have one horrifying tooth and drooling lips. This is one of those things that I can't help but keep looking at though. I know it's horrifying, but it's fascinating too. Someone saw a little pixelated character with 3 dots for a face and were like, you know what? Let's make this nightmare fuel. Yard sale sign I passed. Smart tactic to hide the blood on the shirt of the person you murdered recently. Everyone thinks you got a yard sale going on. You're just helping sell off all the evidence. A golden silk spider snacking on a bat. Filmed in Veraguas province in Panama. Where's the bat? Is it a tiny bat? Oh no, it's a tiny bat. That said, I'm very thankful I still got to see this because now, noticing what this spider looks like, I'll make sure not to eat any Oreos if I ever go to Panama. Just, not gonna trust it. All it takes is one bad dip. One bad dip into milk and in your mouth and you're like, that's a gooey experience. Skeleton giant hiding underwater. Oh, cool. Attack on Titan's real. It's canon. Like IRL canon. Oh. Alright, well, if you'll excuse me, I'm about to reenact 5 minutes and 10 seconds into episode 7 of season 1 of Attack on Titan. You fall asleep in the yard. When you open your eyes, you see this. What do you do? Oh, sweetheart, you can't claim the life insurance on me yet. I'm still kicking, silly. This gas station.
Welcome to a Pooty Tooty gas station. If you steal our wood, we will find you.
Strange clown face found on my rug. Okay, bro, that is literally Pennywise. Why do you still have it? Get rid of that thing. Bye-bye. It looks kind of ugly anyway as a rug, I'll be honest. Not to, shame your choice in aesthetics, but it sucks. You have terrible choice. Air France Flight 4590 Concorde crashes after striking debris on takeoff. Damn, that flight's just like me after going to Taco Bell.
People probably died.
Oh, yeah, right. The top map shows mysterious cases of people vanishing without a trace. The bottom map shows America's largest cave systems. Well, as we all know, correlation always equals causation, so that does it. We're arresting the caves. Cuff 'em, officer. Workers on a 385 meters tall high-voltage pylon in China. I have to wonder, when you need to go to the toilet, does everyone just mutually go off the edge? I don't mean jump, you know what I mean. Also, I have a fear of unstable heights, but I feel when you work on this sort of level of height, at one point you kind of, it cancels out. You're on like an entire different plane of existence this high up. I typed, God creates the first human, in a text to AI image creator. Yeah, I think AI generators in general are nothing less than eldritch horror creations. Honestly, I think the horror industry itself is going to be completely usurped by just people typing up weird things onto an AI generator. That'll spook them enough. That's it, done. Don't need to see a movie anymore. You're already traumatized. It's almost as if these AIs may be dumb, but still smart enough to cause terror upon humans. Like they know how to make something look proper and sensical, they just choose not to. It's funner this way. this coffee.
Yes, I'd like an iced latte, please. But can you make it so that someone's brains melted? Lovely, thank you.
My mom found a tooth while cleaning out the dishwasher drain in her apartment for the first time. How do you know it's a tooth, though? I mean, it could just be a hard plastic. There's only one way to find out. You might have to, take a little bite. How does it feel? How does it feel in your mouth? Does it feel like a bone? Look, criticize my methods all you want, people. All I know is that it works perfectly for me when I'm trying to find out if something's poop or chocolate. For some reason, a tree swallowing a road sign freaks me out. Oh, no, I'm with you. Can we just fathom this for a second? This is like the IRL experience of The Blob, or all those movies and like The Thing and stuff like that, where those creatures just kind of morph around someone and consume them that way. If you left someone in a still spot for years and years on end, you still kept them sustained and living, but a tree growing around them, eventually that tree's going to grow over them. I think the only reason we don't freak out at the sight of it so much is because it takes so long to do so. Just like climate change. And yeah, wow, that's a weird symbolism there. Just tried to use the bathroom in Wendy's and saw this. Never going back. Hard to appreciate art when the material used is literally designed for you to, wipe your butt along. Even more uncomfortable when it's the face of a little girl. I'm not going to jail for that, thank you very much. I was walking through a farm near my house, and when suddenly I tripped and fell and saw this right in front of me. What kind of spider is that? Well, hello, East Australian. That is a yellow garden spider, also known as the St. Andrew spider because of the pose looking like the St. Andrew's cross that he was crucified on. And, the BDSM equipment. I think my coworker is trying to give me a heart attack. Aha! Let this be a nice notification as to who to avoid if there's ever a purge. They are clearly ready. Far too ready. Nope. Unlaid chicken eggs. Ooh, why is that meat? Is that meat or corn pellets? I don't like the look of this. No. This goes beyond oddly terrifying. This is oddly disgusting, horrific. Bye-bye, let's blur it. Bye-bye, moving on. An angry cloud I captured. Yay, let this distract me from the horrific, eggs.
Hey!
Hey!
Were you the one who said I looked like a giant wiener the other day?
Will you pee on me if I say yes?
No.
Okay, yeah, that was me. My niece does this face every time I visit her because she knows it creeps me out. All right, sweetie, show me your happy face. No, not that face. Not that face, please, not that face.
This bird. Did you die while taking the image? A woman's glove from 1850s. In London. In London, huh? Used for self-defense. I wouldn't call that oddly terrifying. I mean, I guess so. I would think it's oddly terrifying that, they had to do stuff like this. What a wonderful world. A crocodile in Australia was caught that kept eating cattle. Oh my god. How much cattle was it eating? Did it actually eat all of it? Mickey Mouse Club in the 1930s. I love this nightmare photo. I believe they have a print of it hanging up in the Disneyland Hotel. They also have some of those masks. Gross. An owlet peeking through a college window. A college window? Regardless, it's adorable. China has buildings that house 30,000 people. Yes, there's a lot of people that live there. This is just efficiency, man. Although, it would suck coming home from work and having to go up to the top goddamn floor. Elevator or not, that would just annoy the hell out of me. This picture in a hotel in Indonesia. Oh no. Really? Why would you do that? Why would you do that to somebody? Left my apartment at 11 p.m. and saw this light pillar. Don't worry about it. Forget what you saw here. You understand? A tin of cat food left out created some bizarre and creepy mold. I do have to say, fungi, or fungi, however it's pronounced, is some of the coolest in the world. Decay is a form of life. Isn't that crazy? They're all different colors. Yeah, that's gross, dude. No, don't eat that stuff. Creepy mannequins of families positioned in different places and houses of a fake town created by the US government for nuclear testing in the Nevada desert, dubbed Operation Doorstep. It was to determine if wooden frame houses, cars, and mannequins could survive a nuclear blast. Oh Yeah, isn't this horrifying? See, I first learned about this, and what was it called? Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I don't care that you didn't like that movie. I really like that movie. Kiss my ass. That sequence rocked. And yeah, the fridge thing, dude, it's Indiana Jones. Come on. In that universe, magic is real, okay? Who cares if he survived a blast in a fridge? Grow up. The absolute best cosplay. Honestly, yeah, it's a cosplay that's really underappreciated. Just sitting in the woods, 30 feet off the edge of the bike trail. A barrel of poison gas? What the hell is poison gas? I mean, technically speaking, if it's gasoline, it is poisonous. This sign on an ajar door at my work. Condemned. Verification order. Do not look at, touch, ingest, or engage in any conversation with any substances beyond the Oh, it's an aperture sticker, dude. I hate you, man. I hate you. It's an aperture science sticker. God damn, I was really confused by engage in conversation with substances. Get the hell out of here, dude. This ad from 1996 was prophetic. Hey, 1996, the year I was born. They say in 30 years, a burger and fries could cost $16. A vacation, $12,000. A basic car, $65. No problem, you'll eat it, you won't drive, and you won't go anywhere. What the hell is this for? A burger and fries only cost that much at a nice fancy sit-down restaurant. A vacation, maybe $3,000 to $4,000. And a basic car, you know what? Is still around 30 grand, for like a good basic car, This ain't too far off, though. The $65,000 is what Elon Musk thinks a basic car should cost, because he's stupid. I don't know where that came from. It just kind of came out. I apologize. I get it. I promise not to open the door. Danger. Never always open look. This before door, you open after this dark door. Your life could depend on it. I don't know what that means. Yeah, no. Oh, come on. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Come on. This chair I randomly saw. Why is he looking at me like that? While filming The Exorcist, Linda Blair was rigged to a mechanical bed that shook her so violently she fractured her spine. The shot was used in the final film, and her screams of pain were real. I don't know how I'd feel about that. Hey, you guys fractured my back. That's real cool. Ow. Ow. You actually put that in the movie. How's she doing, by the way? You know what? 1 second. Let's take a quick peek because I want to know. Okay, she's fine. She's fine and doing well. Just had to make sure. A pineapple that has undergone cresting or fascination, a growth disorder that affects many different plants due to a range of reasons, such as hormonal imbalances within the plant cells, genetic mutation, bacterial or viral infection, fungi, mite, insect attacks, and exposure to chemicals. Oh, geez, that is not the image I was expecting to see. A Ganges River dolphin. They're essentially blind and extremely reliant on their echolocation. Oh, look at the guy. He's just happy. They're just happy, man. Leave him alone. Freckles removal treatment from the 1930s. What the hell, dude? Ugh. Okay, man, I feel like I saw something like this in Atomic Heart, dude. Chinese man has new nose grown on his forehead to replace his damaged nose. We can just do that? I need something grown. This underground reservoir is emptied for cleaning. Oh, it's the mines of Moria, dude. Wow, that does look really cool, though, honestly. Now just imagine it's full and you somehow get stuck in there. This is Domodex I'm sorry, I can't. Right now, there are 6 of these, and on each one of your eyebrows, hair follicles. Yeah, dude, it's weird. You try and scare us, but all of us, all the time, 24 hours a day, yes, even after you shower, are covered in tiny little creatures. Lots and lots of them. You've got things swimming around in your eye. You've got these guys living in your eyebrows. They're everywhere. It's okay. They're helpful. If they weren't, trust me, we would have noticed by now. A warning about how you could drown in this river. Beware the hidden dangers. I mean, yeah, dude. Don't mess around in rivers. Water, for bringing so much life, is one of the most dangerous things, man. Robbie Knievel's back x-ray and actual apparatus after death. Oh my God. What? How does a person survive with something like that in them? I'm serious. That looks like a bunch of crap I can get at Lowe's. A gang of robber crabs interrupt a family camping trip in Australia. Hey, you can't rob all our stuff. I do love that guy, though. They're just having a fun time. Like, ooh, crabs. Whatever, what can we do about this? Friend sent me this a while back. Meeting Ronald in the early 80s. Ronald, please. On a side note, I am so glad that stupid, creepy mascots are kinda gone. Not just from McDonald's, but from everywhere. Cosmodorus femoralis, an armored cricket found in Cameroon. Damn, when you say armored, you weren't kidding. This guy could take on a dragon. The inside of a rotary kiln. You're lying. What the hell? What in the fresh Resident Evil Village hell is this? This is, oh my god. I don't know how to describe what I'm feeling right now is some pretty intense fear. Also, someone had to get in here and take this photo? Excuse me? You couldn't pay me $1 billion to do this. Diving beetle larvae? Oh, whatever. As seen under an electron microscope. It's funny. They're horrifying looking, but remember, we have to use an electron microscope to see their details. It is kind of funky how when you get down to such small creatures, they do look scarier and scarier. But again, just remember how tiny they are. And we're big. I'm a security guard at my university. In the nursing building, there are human dummies with simulated insides. I have to clear and close the building at night. I'm sorry, dude. You gotta be used to it by now, though, right? I mean, come on. No wonder there are myths about meeting your doppelgangers. A Russian-born woman was sentenced to 21 years in a U.S. prison for trying to kill her American lookalike with poisoned cheesecake and then stealing her identity. I feel like this is a different situation than how most people meet their doppelgangers, you know what I mean? This shark has seen some shit. Damn, that's a lot of battle scars, bro. Are you okay? How you doing, man? No, really. A couple weeks back, I was walking home and I got shot in the back of the head by a car driving by. Extremely impressive aim, and I'm just glad it wasn't a real bullet. Dude, I hate you so much. More than 80 victims are thought to have disappeared along Highway 16 in British Columbia. Well, since the 1970s at least. The desolate stretch, referred to as the Highway of Tears, is known to be especially dangerous for Indigenous women. BC police have been accused of deliberately ignoring the problem. No way! Canadian police are ignoring Indigenous issues? That's crazy. Where does that come from? Can you sense my sarcasm? Can you feel it? This is a whale skull. Didn't have a banana for scale. Well, you know what? You did just fine. Spider legs. Okay, come on. I don't like spiders, but you gotta admit, they got the cute little feetsies. Look at them. On an Ask Reddit post about strange things you've seen at sea. Giant spears plunging in and out of the sea. In the Gulf of Alaska, I've seen some but one of the most terror-inspiring things I've seen are what can happen with some of those loose logs from the logging trade. Sometimes when a big log gets loose from a raft, it becomes partially waterlogged and floats small end up. So you have this 4-foot diameter telephone pole in the sea, sticking up 40 feet into the air. No biggie. Shows up on the radar and easy to spot. Now give that pole 20 years of floating around or so. It rots in such a way that it becomes sharpened to a perfect point by wind and waves and looks quite menacing. Now, put it in a gale with 25-foot waves, 50 feet to peak, and it becomes a towering spike of death that shoots up from the sea every 15 to 20 minutes out of nowhere, 60 feet into the air, only to plunge back down into the dark depths, waiting to skewer some unsuspecting boat in a few minutes when it thrusts out of the ocean again. It is genuinely a terrifying sight. Rare, but not so rare that I haven't seen two in one season. It's like the spiked of Neptune looking for an opportunity to mess your up in a particularly terrifying way. Who would have thought that a big-ass stick floating in the water could actually be that scary? Flower eyes. Your shadow is definitely going to stand up and offer you a deal to receive eldritch powers. And I am all too excited for it. Come on, buddy. What can I do? Indianapolis real estate listing. I mean, it is a little spooky, but you know what? Just a little bit of TLC, and that will be the cutest house on the block. I frickin' love houses like that. I hadn't looked at the other pictures yet. No, please, I don't want it. Hangenman? A subculture from Tokyo. Uh-oh. Can they not right now? Dude, I'm sorry. If I go into a convenience shop at any point after the sun goes down and I see a cyclops eyeing me from down the way, I'm gonna be pretty pissed. Just saying. Kidney stone surface as seen in an electron microscope. Yes, again, remember, Electron microscope, folks. Although it is horrifying. Remember, if you drink lots of stuff that's not water, be careful. A jaguar swimming in water trying to catch its food. I mean, come on, let's be real. I look like that when eating sometimes. This giant hanging photo in the hallway of my hotel. This was taken in that same hallway. Oh no, it was? Oh God. Talking birds are not to be trusted. Bruce in his eating dome. Jeez. Well, at least you found a good way to minimize the mess. Microscopic image of a tapeworm's head. See? You gotta get down so far, but when you have to use microscopes to see them, they are horrifying. But just remember, with the naked eye, we can't see these details, so we can't be scared. Charlie Bucket's teeth. Oh man. Yeah, what in the world? Is that real? I'm gonna have to watch the movie again and pay attention, but that's rough. A tarantula infected with cordyceps. As if the original thing is not scary enough. What do you mean as if oh, you meant the tarantula. Right, yeah. Hey, fun fact, this is one of the inspirations for The Last of Us. Theoretically, it could jump to us someday and have the ability to turn us into horrifying zombie spider creatures. Specifically, Officer in quotations. Timmy takes a road trip with Officer Sandusky. I don't like that. Torture mask from 1800s Germany. You know, if there's one thing that will always keep me from fully liking humanity, it's that we put far too much creative effort into figuring out ways to physically just destroy each other. Maybe I'll make a detour. Don't drive on God's face. My dog's new eye drops make his eyes turn green? Maybe you should tell the vet about that. Weird dummy. Mark? It is Mark. Gizmo, 30 years later. I'll be real, he doesn't look that bad for 30 years later. Have you seen Hoggle from Labyrinth? Oh my God. Or the Ninja Turtles? Woo! Movie studios just don't appreciate the things that they spent millions to create sometimes. Fuji mountain oysters. What kind of freaking Doritos do they have in Japan? I mean, come on. You can't tell? Look at the art and think about it. Patricia Piccinini's? Doesn't matter. Oh my God. What is that little fella? What is that little creature?
Found this in my yard when I was trying to dig a new garden bed. Le gasp. How scandalous. How dare they occupy your property without paying rent? I swear tenants will try every trick in the book to avoid being evicted. I don't care if you're dead. Get off my property and get a job. What do you think, 13th Individualist, which is a bit of an ironic name?
Return the slab.
I was leaving my house at 6 a.m. and found this in the dew on the front steps. Wowee, looky here. We got some footsteps on your flooring. Better hope there's no one sleeping underneath your bed tonight. It's especially comforting if you notice the fact there are no footsteps leaving down the stairs. Hope you enjoy your new housemate. My job is to inspect every single one of these cars. Nighttime hits different. Oh, I don't appreciate the nighttime slightly shaky mobile phone cam. That does not help with the setting. That said, if you're someone who really enjoys the Walking Dead universe and that constant state of is there or is there not something around this corner that will try and kill me, well, I found the profession for you. Found this in my dog's water. I assumed that a grasshopper somehow got stuck in some weeds and drowned. Yeah, these are not weeds. I'm uncertain what exactly they are, but they are moving. Ah, yes, these are the very fun wormy things that literally grow inside bugs and then sprout out like flowers out their buttholes. This is what always gets me when people say,
Nature is pristine and beautiful, and we should preserve it.
no, nature is body horror. Okay, yeah, don't, destroy everything, but come on. Where is the beauty in a giant worm forcefully evacuating your bowels? I mean, the experience is bad enough when you have explosive diarrhea. Take it away with some facts, thick McNut drip. God, that is by far the most gross but creative way to explain someone's, post-fun juice. Those are parasites. Most grasshoppers and praying mantis are riddled with them. Well, there you go, Ash Ketchum. I hope you make sure you always get your scyther checked for worms. This face I found in the cliffs near my home. Okay. Congratulations! You stumbled upon a horror movie trope that you are now stuck in until you go through the suffering consequences of trying to solve this mystery that will eventually resolve in you never resolving it because it's a horror movie. All the bad things are meant to happen to you. 1 a.m. and my cop neighbor is doing this through my kitchen window. What? Also, is this a kitchen or a greenhouse? There are plants everywhere. With so much nature around, it's no wonder your cop neighbor is suspicious of you, you body horror fanatic. Got home late from work to find my entryway vent like this. Oh. I mean, at least you can feel safely assured that it definitely wasn't a human that would have, broken through that. Maybe a rat, though. A very buff rat. Just keep a lookout for the signs of a rat in the household. Fecal matter, holes in food and clothing, but most importantly, a lack of self-autonomy as your hair is being pulled around. If one of your housemates are suddenly making gourmet food, run. Oh, never mind. Some loser in the comments gave a legitimate suggestion for this. Do you have a dog? My dog has dropped treats down our vent by his bed, and sometimes he'll flip the cover off somehow to try and get it. OP says, I do have a dog, and that is her favorite window to look out of. I decided it must have been her somehow because the only other option is that creature from X-Files who crawls out of vents to eat your liver. I'll move on, folks. 10-4. It's just a boring, legitimate reason. My brand new mattress I ordered on Amazon came infested with bed bugs. Cool, your mattress comes with snacks. And what's great is that you just have to look out for the little bumps and itches on your body to know if there's still some snacks available. A honey badger in a South African wildlife center escaped his enclosure twice to fight the lions in the exhibit besides his. It built towers out of rocks and sticks to climb over his wall, and when introduced with a mate, stood on her head to unlock the gate and get out once again. Ah, yes. Relationship goals. A package I received today. Accidentally printed this portrait on the wrong side of the paper. Oh, God. Wow. You look beautiful, babe. You're so gorgeous. Really brings out your smile. Like, how is that even possible? I guess some photos have like two different sides of paper, but I'm getting confused. Help me. The Wizard of Oz rap party in 1939. Oh, it's just a wholesome post-movie rap film set featuring a young 16-year-old main actress who, let's see what her diet was put on by the studio. A daily diet of chicken soup, black coffee, 80 cigarettes, diet pills, and amphetamines. Her waist was corseted and her nose affixed with prosthetics. How fun! But otherwise a magical family movie featuring munchkins, of which some of them were constantly putting their hands up Dorothy's dress. Again, a 16-year-old. If her life isn't a reason why the Me Too movement has been so necessary, I don't know what else is. I was not at home for a week and found this plant growing from the drain. Bodily horror making its way into your little house. Yeah.
It's a little baby, you just need to nurture it.
With some weed cutters.
I need help identifying this creature. It came with a fish we ordered to our restaurant. What? Wait, where's the body, or the face, or where is the what of everything? We need an expert on this, someone who'd know exactly what this is. Huzzah, Marmalade Corgi, you sound like someone who knows things.
It is a...
I believe. They are a parasitic copepod that attach to fish, and infestations of this parasite has been quite devastating to farmed fish stocks of late. Or it's just a simple plumbus. Oh my god, of course. A plumbus! Quick, patent it before Rick Sanchez does. George Mann's head after receiving a powerful left punch. What, did it like fall off or something? Oh, whoa, wow, oh my, oh, damn! People who actually follow this stuff, can you, again, requesting your help in the comments to describe what happened here? Iris growing over pupil. Haha, cool. Your body literally hates you. That's a fun thing to be dealing with. Man, how cool. It's like your body experienced you tattooing yourself and was like,
oh, hey, cool, let me try that. Well, yeah, wow, this is a lot of fun.
Okay, honestly, the second image looks really cool. It's like you got a sniper lens in your eyeball. Rat King found in 1885, kept in a French museum. Yeah, that's just insane that this is a phenomenon that occurs so much that humans can literally title it something. When there are too many rats crawling around in a tiny space, they eventually overlap to the point where their tails tie up together, and they're just like this now. Like, guys, come on. You're meant to let go after a pinky swear. Who approved this artwork at my hotel? You'd just be stuck there in a moment of complete thought. Is it the frame itself that's recording you? Is it implying there's like a camera somewhere that's recording you? Why does it just say recording on the wall? I'd be like a deer in the headlights, just stuck. Like, okay, someone in the black web, the dark market, black web. Come on, brain! The dark web there's someone out there who's now watching me. And they're not even paying for my OnlyFans subscription. The Red House in West Maui, if I'm reading that right? Oh, wow! Wow, you are gonna be hated by all your neighbors. If you did not believe in a god, I think it's completely valid for you to start doing so. I'm cat sitting and made the mistake of looking up. This is a ceiling in a client's house.
No, it's just the aesthetic. It's a little playroom for my kitty when they want a bit of privacy. Sometimes it brings down a friend, though the friends are never moving.
Crazy looking residential complexes in Hong Kong. Wow, I can't tell if they're meant to be windows or power outlets. Also, I'll be honest, I would not trust these buildings. Not at all because of some argument about Chinese infrastructure, etc., but the colors. What are these colors? Again, is that just exposing my lack of understanding for, China culture? Is this actually a good color scheme in their culture? I don't know. Then again, I also just suck at color coordination myself. I really can't judge. But yeah, I don't know. You see the balconies, and they just look so thin. They look like they would crumble apart if you would stomping too loud, dancing to your favorite soundtrack. Guys, this dog showed up over an hour ago and it hasn't moved or looked away. My dogs would normally bark at anything that moves, but they're hiding in the room and crying if I try to bring them out. I called animal control and they hung up once I described the dog. What's going on? Oh, come on. It's cardboard. It's literally a cardboard cutout. What are you on about? That said, the longer you look at this, the more uncomfortable it gets. Was eating pizza and saw this screwed into the wall across from me. Yes, that's David Koresh's business card. Yeah, I have a weird mixed feeling with people who kind of have this sort of memorabilia, because in a way, they're not exactly idolizing the person, they're kind of just highlighting the uniqueness of what they have about them. That said, it is kind of weird that a cult person would have a business card for their cult. I'm looking at you, Scientology. Can someone explain this ad I got? It says, if you know, you know, but I don't know. If you know, you know. You'll do anything for their affection. They'll do anything for Sheba. You'll do
anything
for a
kitten.
Okay, so now my first confusion was with how red this woman looks. Not that it's wrong to have imperfect skin tone, but it's just a bit odd and off-putting for what you typically see in ads. But thankfully, someone in the comments actually clarified this. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be representing allergies, but it's worse special effects and makeup than an 80s B movie. Oh, I thought she'd lost an eye due to a cat scratch. I thought she was winking badly, and then I didn't know what she was insinuating. Yeah, knowing that's meant to represent allergies makes a lot more sense and is a little less concerning now. Anyone notice we can simply scroll into years we will definitely be dead on our phones? Yeah, that's kind of a shame with the inability to have your data saved when someone buys your phone or upgrades a phone. I'd love to just leave a time capsule calendar notification for someone in the near 500 years. Oh, weird. I got a notification on my calendar. Remember Harambe. What is... Well, of course I remember my Lord and Savior. That's stupid. Walked outside to see what the dog was barking at. Oh, it's just another dog. If you replace OG with EMON. Found this package leaving my apartment building. Do not use until September 11. That's a weird opposites day version of best before a date? I mean, what? Is there a gremlin growing in this thing? I need some clarification. This shark has seen some schnitzel. Whoa, damn, that's a fighter. That's got some work experience under their belt. The fact someone took a photo this close to this experienced beast, wow. No one on land can ever say that they are a brave person, because that title has been superseded like eons up, was awoken in the middle of the night to the wind blowing the bedroom door shut. Then I thought I heard the floor creaking, like someone was walking around. I opened my camera app, and this was the first screen grab I saw. So we got a car, we got some chalk drawings on the road, and who's there walking down your porch? Hey, wow, it's Jesus! No, it's just a ghost in an ethereal glowing white dress. Nothing to see here, just go back to sleep. Curious. That sounds like the exact thing a ghost in an ethereal glowing white dress would say. Police, after them! No. Close up of an ant. Is that an ant or a T-Rex? God, you know what's so weird and uncomfortable is the fact that the antennae, they look like the eyes, but no, it's those two little dots there. I'm pretty sure. I mean, damn, dude, you're so thankful that insects are as tiny as they are. Sleeping high. That's a great Photoshop. Because they can't be real, surely. That's not real. No way is that real. Please don't be real. There are so many things about this that I'm uncomfortable with, but for some reason right now I'm stuck on the part where all the bedding is probably uncomfortably moist from the clouds. Oh, that explains it then. This is bedding for people who want to be out of sleep, but also excuse themselves if they wet the bed. No, it wasn't them. It was the clouds' moisture. Haha, huzzah. Crisis averted. No shame for you. Southern California just got hit with an earthquake during a hurricane.
Emergency alert! National Weather Service! A flash flood warning is in effect for this area until 7:45 p.m. This is a dangerous and life-threatening situation. Do not attempt to travel unless you are fleeing an area subject to flooding or under an evacuation order. Emergency alert! Forget that one. Just get out of there. Earthquake detected. Drop cover and hold on. Protect yourself, guys. Oh man! Oh boy.
The thoughts on what kind of accidents this stair might cause in the future. You can really tell where they kind of screwed up the dimensions. Just noticing the vertical is strangely longer than the horizontal. You know, the part where you put your feet. The eyes of an electrician after being zapped by 14,000 volts of electricity. His shoulder touched a live wire and the current passed through his entire body, including the optic nerve, which connects the eye to the brain. The effect was two bizarre star-shaped electrical burns in his eyes. Damn, sir. That's a bit much just to get a tattoo on your eye. Why not just do what the other person did and have your areola, infectiously grow all over you? What my pre-kindergarten son brought home from school today.
Stay safe. If there is danger, let Winnie the Pooh and his crew show you what to do. Run, hide, or fight.
America. As an outside looking in, all I can say is at this point, it's all on you.
If danger is near, do not fear. Hide! Like Pooh does until the police appear. Doors should be locked and the passage blocked. Turn off the light to stay out of sight. We should all hide without making a sound in a place where we cannot be found. If we have cell phones, make sure to turn off all tones.
I want to see the page where Winnie fights. He has a shotgun. Watch the Heffalump episode. Went to get a tattoo today and glanced down the hall to see if my artist was heading back with my stencil. Artists only keep it. Oh, jeez. Hello. I was just wondering if with the other person. Sorry, as you were. Stop staring at me. Yeah, the guys in the shop have a good sense of humor, but this thing is or was staring at me from where I sat on their couch.
Those teeth.
Small cookie cutter sharks sink inflatable boat, sparking dramatic rescue. Don't anyone ever tell you you're too small to achieve great things. Who's more powerful? Thousands of years of developed technology and an advancement of an entire species? Or one tiny little bitey fella? The accuracy of this advertisement from 1996. They say in 30 years, a burger and fries could cost $16. Wait. What did it cost back then? A vacation, $12,500, and a basic car, $65,000. Well, no problem. You'll eat in, you won't drive, and you won't go anywhere. You know, this is something my partner and I actually recently discovered on our weekly grocery run. It is more expensive to buy ingredients and make your own, like Thai or pizza, than it is just to go out for that one night to get Thai or pizza. Because for one thing, you probably don't know how to make it right, because you don't always make it. You buy a bunch of stuff that you're never really going to use again, that's just going to sit in your cupboard for weeks, and not including all the extra labor of learning how to do it right and then trying to do it right and then failing and having mediocre food when you could have just spent maybe $4 more than what you've spent on your grocery run just to get it made for you easy. This is a purely anecdotal experience though, so, if you have the similar experience, let me know in the comments. I am curious if I'm alone in this. I was there, January 15th, 2018. Emergency alert at 8 a.m.
Ballistic missile threat inbound to Hawaii. Seek immediate shelter. This is not a drill.
Emergency alert 45 minutes later.
Lol, sorry, wrong person. Orcs. Anyway, what you doing?
This is new.
Oh, that dot is mighty close to me. I was very proficient at connect the dots when I was a child. This is not what I was hoping it would mean to. Goodbye, drought. Hello, a year's worth of rain in a couple days.
This throwaway account is asking some very specific questions. One day ago, what do you think would happen if you fell around 720 feet? I'm just wondering if that happened. Do you think that would be deadly or would it just paralyze you? Do you think there's a chance you'd survive or no? That same day. What's the minimum height you could fall that you'd die from 12 hours ago? What's the chance for someone to die from this? If someone fell 700 to 750 foot off a cliff and below the cliff was a forest full of trees, what's the chance of survival? Could you survive it or would you definitely be dead? This concerns me because it's not really specifying if they pushed someone off a cliff. It's if they just, if someone went off a cliff. Which when you think about it, is a bit twisted that I'd be thankful and a bit more relieved if it was them intending to do that to someone rather than, test the theory themselves. Ah, look, it's probably a rider, I hope. Detached tick I found on the floor of my apartment. Whoa! Oh man, that wow! Well, there's one thing for sure. That tick can apply for squatters' rights. I don't even know what the middle emoji is supposed to mean. Ah, the old classic meme that keeps popping up on the subreddits monthly at this point. How did you do in PE today? Great. Wondering what it's like to fall off a 720-foot cliff? Or sad? This photo I took while working. Airbnb. The actual size of traffic lights. Yeah, it really is fascinating how you don't realize the size of these kind of things when, you see them every day. Well, assuming you actually have a social life. I do love the posture this woman's got. It's like,
I caught a big fish.
This normal looking tree. You're beautiful. So what if the top half of you looks like a foot? You're gorgeous. You're beautiful, babe. I also found something while digging in my yard today. Wow, that's a rare find. You don't normally find a New York apartment in your backyard.